Well, dry January is nearly over. You have my sympathies if you manage to stick with it.
You started it for about 2 days.
I had the best of intentions. January the 3rd, I fell off the wagon. I work with you every day. What do you expect? It's been a grim month, though, for pub owners, as more people are expected to have given up alcohol at the start of this year than ever before.
With rising numbers of people drinking low or no alcohol, the British Beer and Pub Association says that boozers have got to start stocking more booze-free alternatives. Well, joining us now to discuss this is, you know him so well, pub landlord Adam Brooks and the Director of Communications at the charity Alcohol Change UK, Joe Marley. Let's talk to the pub
Morning,
landlord.
Gentlemen.
Have you noticed it, Adam? Has it been a very dry January in your hostelry?
I've been pretty lucky this January. I've done okay, but I'm hearing horror stories from colleagues out there, you know. So let's just remember, it's not just dry January that's hurting the pubs this January. There's so many factors, the high bills, you know, people haven't got a lot of money left from Christmas. So again, I haven't seen it, but I'm hearing horror stories out there.
Do you get frustrated, Adam, by this media obsession, all the Sunday supplements full of dry January advice, all the shows like ours? Actually, we're probably the only show that doesn't make a big thing of dry January.
Do not.
But all this sort of feeding into it, and you feel like you're the outcast if you're not doing it, and that's awful for pubs.
A little bit, yeah, but look, I'm very boring myself. I'm teetotal for the last 5 years. No, 5 years. So it's hard for me to speak on that. But look, I sell a lot of non-alcoholic beers, spirits. You know, I do cater for the customers.
So can I have an alcohol-free gin and tonic at your boozer? Can I have an alcohol-free gin and tonic?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do that. But like even yesterday, without sort of naming products too much, I ran out of non-alcoholic Guinness. There was a load of people on non-alcoholic, and that's a really good product. It's very popular as well. So look, people are dipping their toes into the non-alcoholic ranges, and you know, if your pub doesn't serve any of these products, then they are being left behind, because they are wanted by the customer at the moment.
Interesting. Joe, let's bring you in from Alcohol Change UK. I imagine you are one of these people who has been encouraging people to do dry January, are you? And if so, why?
Yeah, definitely encouraging people to try dry January. Lots of different reasons that people take part. So it could be health benefits, there's wellbeing benefits too, different reasons that people want to just take a break from alcohol for 31 days. But we just heard, you know, lots of different reasons that you can still go to the pub. And something that we're really keen to do at Alcohol Change UK is actually continue doing the things that you enjoy doing. So if you are someone who enjoys going to the pub, we've definitely been encouraging people to continue going, continue seeing your friends and family, and enjoy the alcohol-free options that are available. So there are more than ever before. I've definitely enjoyed them this January. It's a good thing to go out and do.
There's some suggestion by some experts that actually dry January is not good for you, Joe. Actually, you're better to have a couple of days off the booze every week and just moderate your drinking steadily, rather than taking 31 days. It's a bit of a shock to the system, particularly if you drink as much as Bev Turner.
Well, the science is quite clear that actually having a 31-day break does work for a lot of people. So having a complete reset can be really, really beneficial. And actually having that complete break, our research finds that people who take part in dry January are more likely to be drinking, have a healthier relationship with alcohol 6 months down the line. So if they take part with Alcohol Change UK, it can lead to long-term benefits. Obviously, if you're drinking at really, really heavy, high rates, it can be dangerous. So if you're at risk of alcohol withdrawal, don't go alcohol-free completely. It's really important to speak to a GP to get proper medical advice. So there is that caveat. But it's a good way to do it, and we encourage people to think about long-term changes as well.
I mean, I love your optimism that you think people should still go to the pub and not have a drink. But particularly, let's say, the younger generation, who aren't necessarily paying their mortgage bills and stuff, but they might have a little bit of disposable income, the students and stuff. They want to go out to the pub. They want to have a few drinks, get some Dutch courage, and maybe find someone that might become their future wife or husband. And you, Joe, are in danger of spoiling that very important part of our British culture.
I think young people are probably more open to mixing and matching. I think that's what we see now. Moderation is actually what young people want to do. There's a cultural shift for young people generally to want to drink less but not miss out on those experiences. So young people, I think, are more likely to still want to go to the pub, still want to experience hospitality settings, but they might be more likely to say, yeah, I still want to drink a bit, but I also want to, in amongst it, have an alcohol-free drink in between. So I think it's great to hear about pubs that have the option. We just want to have the choice when we go out and about.
Adam, is there as much profit baked into an alcohol-free drink as an alcoholic drink for you as a landlord?
Yeah, I mean, now all sort of companies are doing these ranges. So as I said earlier, Guinness was a very popular one for me yesterday. You've got beers, you've got spirits, they're all doing it. I mean, this started a good few years ago and it's just getting bigger and bigger. So look, obviously, I would rather a group come in and, be on the beers all day. I'm going to take more money that way. But I can't take any sort of customers in January that want to be out, because you've got to remember they've got very little money from Christmas, a lot of people now. The weather's depressing, so to get these people out of their homes, I'm just pleased to see people coming through that door.
Yeah.
But one thing I do want to raise on here quickly is the government has got to cut the VAT for hospitality. We're not going to survive, and I've been saying it on here for 2.5 years. If they do not cut that for pubs, it's game over for so many this year, and I'm hearing horror stories.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, gentlemen. Joe Marley from Alcohol Change UK and Adam Brooks.